This was a swamp. I say, look, wow, from a swamp to this. So what if I get a dry land? I can even build better. And water when I was building, it used to flow here everywhere. So I said, how can I tap this water and use it as a positive way, not see it as a problem?
Yes.
And I saw that idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, you could have actually built this anywhere. Why build it right at the center of this village?
This village has really inspired me to be the person I am today. And when sometimes I see presidents like the current president in the US abuse Africa and say, go back to your S countries, I always tell myself, let me go and actually build something in my village.
Yeah.
Because nothing much has been done there. Let me create. And if I create, somebody else sees, the kids growing here sees, the entire Africa can rise up. The internet has made me, at the same time, it has both sides. I feel like if I was a private citizen, you know, like just doing my own things, my family will still be here. One of the main reasons I can say is my family is broken because of the internet also. It's unfortunate that my family is not here, but I keep telling myself that one day they will show up. Most of my things are inspired by rejection, when people push you to a corner. So like me, when I was buying horses and people said no, I told myself, I'll build and be the best breeder in East Africa. And as we speak, actually, right now, we have some of the best bloodlines in East Africa.
Today, Marwa lives in this absolutely stunning villa in Nyabohanse Village, where he spends his days surrounded by horses, cows, pigeons, fish ponds, and the land that raised him. But don't mistake any of this for privilege, because Marwa also knows what it feels like to have nothing. He remembers growing up in this very village, dreaming of a life that seemed almost impossible, long before the millions of views, the travels across the world, and the success people see today. He was just another young man searching for an opportunity. Then one decision changed everything: a GoPro, YouTube, and the courage to take a chance on a platform very few people understood at the time. Today, he has traveled the world, inspired millions of people, changed the lives of his family, and proved that where you come from should never determine how far you can go. But perhaps what stands out the most is that he chose to come back to the village. Instead of turning his back on this place that raised him, he is investing in it, creating opportunities, changing perceptions, and showing that our villages are not places to escape from, but places worth building, protecting, and believing in. On today's episode of Reclaiming Our Identity Through the Soil, Marwa opens up about his humble beginnings, the digital moment that completely changed the course of his life, his dream of transforming Nyabohanse into a place people can proudly call home, and the many young people he has mentored along the way. He also speaks candidly about the breakup he never saw coming, living under constant public scrutiny, dealing with hate and criticism, and why, through it all, he has learned to keep his head up and keep moving forward. I really do hope this story inspires you, because this is a conversation about resilience, about remembering where you come from, and about proving that sometimes the greatest success isn't leaving home forever, it's coming back and building it. Be inspired. Marwa,
Yes,
how are you?
very well.
Yeah.
I'm feeling alive and also very calm in my soul.
Good.
Yes.
Love to hear that.
Thank you.
Man, what
Yes.
I have witnessed here
Yes.
is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
I think I'm sitting with one of the greatest content creators in the world.
That's
And
true.
for me, you are such an inspiration. But I know you as Marwa.
Yes.
But who really is Marwa?
Okay, so Marwa is a village boy who grew from the village with such big dreams. And then every single day as he grows to be a man, builds those dreams into realities. With all the challenges, with all the excitement, with all the wins, he still stays focused to just achieve his dreams. Yes.
Right now we are seeing the beautiful home, the
Yes.
horses, the
Yes.
cars, the
Yes.
trees,
Yes.
all the things that you have done in this community. Right now, that is what we are seeing.
Yes.
But going back to your life,
Yeah.
walk me through growing up. How was life like for you?
So when I was growing up, it was actually a very tough life, very, very tough. And sometimes when I think about it, I get really emotional. I've also tried to share some of it when I was a young boy. But I grew up in this village here in Nyabohanse, and we were really poor. Let me just use the word as it is, very, very poor. My dad is and was then a peasant farmer, and my mom was a primary school teacher. So we grew up just being farmers and my mom being a teacher. And then life was really hard in terms of we didn't even get money, even let's say to do things that I'm able to do today, for example. For example, wearing shoes, I wore when I was 11. Like on a very serious note, I still remember. But again, I think people who have grown in Kenya in the 90s, some of them can relate going to school
Without shoes.
without shoes. That the kid with the shoes is like the rich kid. And
Good.
yeah, so that basically has been my life. And I grew up with, or I've grown up with a very strict dad. Super strict. And let's say if he leaves something on this on this chair here, he wants to come back and gets it exactly there.
Yeah.
So that is the type of dad I grew up. Super strict. There was no chance for me to be like a tricky boy, you know, like to lie a little bit. There was no chance. I grew up knowing like you have to be honest, you have to say the way it is. And if things are supposed to go left, they go left. And that is my dad. So he was very strict with me. And entirely, I didn't even have friends growing up because my dad even didn't want friends around me. I didn't grow up with toys. I grew up like already I'm a grown man. So that is actually my childhood.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a way that I knew I used to take care of the goats. That was my job in this village, anything animals. So it was my responsibility to make sure that the animals don't eat people's food and things like that. They are milked, the milk is supplied to people. I've collected money. Like I grew up like that. Yes, and also as a young man, I kept pigeons, which I'll show you later.
Yes.
I kept pigeons, and that's how I made my money. Pigeons and dogs, two things. So I used to sell my pigeons and sell my dogs, and I'd make money. Puppies, I mean. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And mom?
Mom was very kind. It was the opposite of my dad.
Okay.
Yes, my mom was very sweet. And my mom used to tell me, no, don't worry. Sometimes, you know, growing in an African home, typical home, your dad can even beat you up and things like that. You want to run away from home. But your mom tells you, no, don't worry. When you go to high school, you will not see this home.
Yes.
So actually, that is what happened. When I went to high school, I had to speak to one of my friends called George Morara. In high school, I made a friend there. I told him, George. So during visiting, George used to receive good things, you know, like bread, blue band, mukangio. There's something mukangio there.
The one you add on your food?
Yes.
Mkarango?
Mukarango.
Okay.
And even sardines, you know, daga. Some of them used to do that.
Yeah.
So George used to receive these things, and I'm like, bro, I want to go and live in your home. You know, I talked with George. I convinced him. He talked with his parent. When I used to close school, high school,
you would
I go
to John's
home.
place.
And imagine I went to a stranger's home. They don't know who I was. But this family, I told them my background. They accepted me in Eldoret. So I used to go. Anytime we close, I bring my mom a report card. I go to George's home. That's how I did until I finished high school. Then I went to university in JKUAT. I did actuarial science. I graduated in 2015. And then there in 2015, I was already working as a salesman
Yeah.
in a bank they used to call Chase Bank.
Okay.
So, but during those moments, we used to speak what we want to be. Kuna ile rende, a group of your team in the university. So me, I had friends, some of them visited me here. One of them is called Mteti, Erico, and many others.
Yes.
We were like 12 of us. So we used to say what we want to be, like after school, because school already was kind of ending.
Yeah.
So we were like, bro, what's the form after this?
Form ni gani?
Yes. And me, I used to tell them, me, I want to go out there. I want to go even in India and just, I don't know, but I just want to go. I don't want to stay in Kenya. Because actually, I was planning that if I come back home, where will I start? Already my dad had told me, if you reach 18,
Get out of my house.
You should be out of my space.
Yes.
So I felt like I didn't belong at home. And then out there, life was really tough. I was like, okay, maybe I go out and try life out there. And these guys would laugh that, I think you're a crazy guy. How would you go to a country, you have nobody there? You want to go there as rich man, you go there and enjoy, not like a poor suffering African or something. You know, one of the boys in the team, that group of 12, got a chance to go to Colombia. And he went and told the boys. The boys laughed at him and said, someone who should go to Colombia is Maro, not you. You know, just like that, the group chose me, and this guy had a chance to go to Colombia. He gave me that chance, and me, I went to Colombia like that.
Your group from JKUAT?
From JKUAT.
Yeah.
This guy was from Meru. His name is Ken.
Yeah.
He was supposed to go to Colombia. So then when I went to Colombia, that's when now I learned about YouTube. When I was there, I was very lonely because they speak Spanish there. So I was staying in my room alone. All the time is after work, in my room. It was a new country. People, most of them, majority are white. So, you know, you are a black guy who cannot speak the language. You look a little weird even in the area. So I used to stay in my room, and then I started watching YouTube. Then there was a guy called Casey Neistat. He used to do vlogs.
Yes.
I got obsessed with this guy. I was like, I want to be the next Casey. I want to be the next Casey. I want to be the next Casey. One day he made a video saying the best camera to do vlogs is Canon 70D. I saved money for like 6 months. I bought my first camera, and that's how my YouTube journey began.
Wow.
Yes.
With a Canon?
70D. It's in my mama's place, that camera. I kept it there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. Let me take you back to Colombia.
Yes.
Because again, I love what you said. And sometimes this is why I urge people to speak positive things into their lives.
Yes.
You were already in a group of people, and each of you were saying, this is what we want to be, this is what we want to become, right? Going to Colombia, was that your first flight? Was that your first international flight?
That was my first flight, and I nearly missed it.
Okay.
In JKIA. I swear it's just it was by God's grace I made it to Colombia. So the government I was doing a volunteer job to teach English in Colombia. So the government of Colombia was providing me all documentation, visas and all this, but I had to buy myself flights. So they did an interview and found I was qualified, that I could do do the volunteering job in Colombia. But now arriving at JKIA, all the documentations were in Spanish. So I remember the immigration person reading the documents, and he would not understand what it's talking about because it's in Spanish. Then he had a reason to hold me. He said, no, I don't even know where you're going. I see you are going to Colombia, but I don't understand what this document says. What if they're going to take a kidney from you? It was my first time to travel. I had not even been in an aeroplane, nothing. I was green. I didn't know even what checking in is or immigration is. You know, actually, my sister and my mom came to JKUAT. I was staying in Juja. So they came to bid me goodbye. And by that time, even I didn't have a house to stay because I had sold everything. I was selling my small seats that I had accumulated over the 4 years in JKUAT. I was selling everything literally to have some money so that I could use when I arrive in Colombia, at least my first month.
Yeah.
So my sister came, Dimwango, and my mother. My friends hosted them. They put for them a mattress on the floor. They slept in the sitting room. And me also, I was sleeping in another room on the floor also because I didn't have anything. But my boys were like, hey, tutakushikilia. They had a 3-bedroom house there. So when they came, then they escorted me to JKIA. I said goodbye to them. I arriving now, I didn't know even, I was told, you go that way. That's now I met the immigration. So they asked me questions. Where are you going? I said, I'm going to Colombia. What are you going to do there? I'm going to do volunteering job. People will hear volunteering. It doesn't add up, you know, like an African just leaving home to go far away to volunteer. People are like, volunteering, not work. And I say, no, it's not work, it's volunteering. So they held me there. But the last minute, when they're announcing, like, hey, Frederick Marwa, last call. I had my, I tell them, that's me, they are calling, please let me go. Please let me go, I don't want to miss this. You know, somehow he said, okay, go. He stamped on me, and that's how my journey began. So I went to Colombia like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then now your journey on
And
YouTube.
then when I was in Colombia, I worked there for 2 years. My second year in Colombia, I started making YouTube videos. And one day I realized I had made like $61. That is the day I realized this thing called YouTube will be my cross. It will be my future. Because I said in the village, people get paid $60 even as a BOG teacher, teaching in the primary schools here when you finish school. I said, if I made this a day, then this thing looks like something I can hold on. And then I promised myself I'll be making videos every single day. And since then, I've been making videos every single day until today. And then my life became so big, even beyond my own imagination. I started receiving good money from YouTube. I started traveling. I went to Mexico. After Colombia, I went to Panama, Mexico. In Mexico, I looked for a US visa. They gave me a 5-year visa. That visa opened a whole new world for me, because with a US visa, you can visit countries like Mexico, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So then I started exploring those countries. And then I was already having funds from the US. So anytime I go to America, people say, Maro, I want to host you in San Diego. Please come. So I'll arrive in a place, I already have somebody to host me. I stay there 2-3 days, I keep moving. And then it's close to 10 years down the line.
Every single day.
But after I think 3 years of me traveling out there, after me leaving Kenya, I decided to come back home.
Yeah.
Because my sister used to call me D Mwango. Hey brother, because she will see me in Las Vegas, like, this is my brother in Las Vegas. So, and she would call me, and she was still in her university in Moi.
Yeah.
She would call me, bro, my life is not good, send me something small. So I would send my sister something small, like $50. But so it kept disturbing me. Like, you know, my sister always depends on me.
Yes.
I don't like this. I want to be free. I want to make my own money and feel like I really own this money. So I said, you know, all the money I've been making since I went abroad, I'll not spend it on me. I'll go and spend it in my family. So actually, I used to sleep in hostels. Hostels is where you pay like $10, very cheap. And by that time, I had like good money in my account, at least let's say 1 million Kenyan shilling. But I was not excited with that money. It never excited me. You know how you feel like you have money and you start feeling you want to spend it, you want to buy this iPhone. Never. So when I came home, number one thing that I did, actually before coming, I had started sending money for my mom to build her place where she stays here. So I came home with the money. I supported my parents to build their house, and I took my sister, I bought her everything that she needed to do YouTube.
Yes.
I told her, sister, you know me, I make money from YouTube, this thing called the internet. I want to teach you. She didn't know even what subscribe was. I used to tell her subscribe. She's like, what is subscribe? So I taught her, I sat her down, I gave her just basic lessons. And I told her, from today, if you have any question about YouTube, you go on YouTube and you type the same question you have. You'll get even better answers than me. Even me, I'm still learning from the same platform called YouTube. Why did I do that? I didn't want her to feel like, oh, I called my brother and he didn't pick my call, so that's why I'm stuck, or I was unable to make. I was just giving her responsibility that, you know, you have it all by you, not me. So then I came home, I spent all the money here, I opened my uncle business, I opened my sister salon. I'm talking about like 2018, late 20, early 2019. I came in December
Yes.
18, 19. So I spent all my money except like maybe money just for traveling. And by that time, even nobody knew who Marwa was in the village. And nobody even knew YouTube. So me, I was just talking like a crazy man in the showing people how my village looks like. And by that time, you can even watch those videos in my
Yes.
YouTube channel. We still shared rooms with animals, like cows. I would sleep in this room, and me, I'm sleeping in this room. But that was just very normal by then. Then, yeah, then I think that is what my journey has been. But the rest has been a long journey. But to sum it up is, after doing that to my family, I felt the weight has gone. And I used to tell them, if one day I become rich, don't say my brother is so rich and he never helped me. Actually, I helped everybody around me before helping myself. Even before building this place, I made sure my mom has a place to live. I started building this home or this place that I have today after I finished my mom's place. But the good thing is my sister was already catching up to
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
And me, I just did the basic. Then my sister came and did the entire finishing, buying chairs. And I was like, wow, God, you see, if I didn't help her,
She wouldn't have
yes,
been
all
able
this
to
weight will
help.
be coming on me. And then my sister now took over my mom's family, I mean, my other family. Should buy my dad a nice suit. Should take my mom to vacation. Then now me, I washed my hand. I said, this home now, me, I'm moving to my new home. Then I started building this one now. Yes.
Wow, quite a journey.
Yes.
And I just love the aspect of let me empower you
I
so
like,
that even when you
yes,
see me progressing, never say I didn't do anything to
I
help
really
you.
like to empower. I realized that one of the reasons in Africa we are very poor is because if one person makes in your family, the whole family waits for him to solve their problem. So even this person cannot rise up. They can only rise up to
A certain
a
level.
certain level. But really to go beyond, to create our own Elon Musks, it will be very difficult because the moment you try to go up, your auntie wants you to roof for them a house. Somebody else wants this. But you see, something like what we do, social media, is anybody can do it actually. You can empower yourself as long as you are ready to be patient, because it's a journey that you have to be patient.
Yes.
And most of us, we are not patient. That's another problem. Me in my videos, I always say, pole, 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 pole. And the reason to that is I've seen my journey to be just a slow but sure journey. Yes.
All right. Let's get into this stage.
Yes.
Because again, this is one of the most inspirational stages, even to
Yes.
other creators
Yes.
outside.
Yes.
Walk me through this. What was your vision for your home?
So, I've traveled close to 74 countries.
Come on.
Yes. That is without repetition.
Yes.
But if you repeat, let's say how many times I've stepped my foot on the US soil, to be like maybe 10 times or 15. So I've been to very poshy places around the world. Even places like Hawaii. I've been to places like Beverly Hills. So I've seen all this. I've seen the entire world in both its ways. The super ultra rich, the sustainable one, and also I've seen the one the normal people call poor. But again, even sometimes I really question what poverty is. Even if today maybe somebody will judge me by my house or my whatever I have, I still question what being rich is and what being poor is. Because sometimes I tend to think if somebody being poor means to go to a river and get water, and to be rich means you stay in an apartment, let's say in Nairobi or in New York, and if you don't afford to pay for that water, you can't shower, then I question who is actually rich.
Rich and who is actually poor.
Who is actually poor.
As it is.
So, but what has inspired me is the idea that mostly people outside Africa, they think Africa is really, really, really like dead. Like there's nothing good here.
Poor.
Yes, really poor. And like there's nothing exciting of life here. Even me, when sometimes I go to those countries, I meet people and they tell me, you must be very happy here because your home is so hot. And that time, me, I'm burning. I'm like, this is really hot for me here, So and then I realized that unless we, especially for Black people, unless we build our homes, unless we make them paradise, we can never be respected. There's no day you'll be given a visa free in America or in Europe if really your home, I mean in this case Africa or Kenya, is not to the same levels as those countries. I've traveled a lot and I've always questioned why I have to get visas when I'm in a group of, let's say, 10 travelers and others just cross the borders. And I came to realize it all lies to how people perceive you. If you are perceived to be poor, in the modern world, then your life must be very hard.
Yes.
You should be right there at the corner, not at the front line. Then I came to realize that the only way we can fight that is not even being active on social media and saying visa free, is to build our home. When we build our home to be a good place where we don't have any urge to leave our home, to go out there to look for, a better opportunity or a better space.
Yes.
Those people will come.
You'll come.
And in the exchange of that, they will invite us to their home.
Yes.
And then they will scrap those visas. If you look, for example, all those countries, let's say a country like let's say South Africa, where it can go to some certain European countries or Latin countries. It's because it's built. It's nearly up to the standards. So, but just that has really inspired me to be an example of building Africa.
Yes.
I just don't want to be a wishful thinker. I wish I can do this. Or maybe I take whatever I'm making to take it to Europe, because then I've not helped my home. And even sometimes I always say, I have a lot of haters. They always say, oh, it's Marwa's home, Marwa's home. But one thing for sure is one day I will die. And when I die, I will not go with my house and everything. And no, I'll leave a mark. Another person in the next life will come and say, this is my home.
Yeah.
But I've left a structure, or I've left a mark that lives beyond me. And I think that is where other countries, developed countries, do. We mostly, from our culture, we love hand to mouth. I have money, let me go enjoy, tupige sherehe. You really don't care that one day you'll have kids and maybe these kids will suffer. Yeah. You are not ready to make their way out for them. It's about me and life is now. But me, I don't see life like that. I see life, sometimes I get actually emotional. I see life should be beyond you. And I think that is what has made me even try to support people so much. Like people come for collabos or, hey, I want a shout out. I put my camera. I don't really care if he has 1 subscriber or 1 million, because I always see life beyond me. Yeah.
It's beyond us.
Yeah.
Life is beyond us.
Yeah. And if you understand that so deep, then you become very selfless. Yeah. You just support.
And support.
Yeah.
And, as you're saying that, met really amazing people this morning. And I think just to mention one of them is Ian. And Ian was just telling me how he came here without, even without saying I'm coming. He just wanted to come and learn. And he was telling me the things he's been able to do for himself, courtesy of just being around you. Yeah. And then I met other creators here, and they're just walking freely in this place.
Yeah. Actually, even today I've reduced them because of the visitors, because I didn't want them to put cameras on you and your brand. But if you come on a regular day here, I have at least, every day I feed minimum 27 people, minimum in this home. And sometimes we do up to 50. Even I don't cook with gas. The one that I cook is for my visitors and maybe small groups here. Yeah. But generally I'm cooking, and I'm cooking when I'm home. Even on Saturdays and Sunday, you'll see kids come here because they know when it's Saturday, we go to eat at Marwa's place. You'll see them here. It's not that now we have visitors. I try to tell people, hey, we want to restrict, because sometimes kids can come here and you find them maybe carrying a bucket. Somebody else may say, oh, this is child labor. They will not understand this is somebody who just came and maybe they are just doing their own thing content on their own things doing there. But somebody else can see that as, oh, a way to put Marwa down or something.
And we'll get to that. But what you've said, life is beyond us. That is actually really powerful. When did it occur to you that, what, Lynn, We are all going to leave this world. We are going to leave this world with nothing. When was that moment for you?
When I was a young kid, I used to admire Professor George Saitoti a lot because I was told like he was very smart. He was a PhD holder.
Yes.
And sometimes my mom would tell me, study hard to be like Professor George Saitoti.
Oh.
Like, be smart like this professor. So the day he died, I really questioned everything. When he died, I was like, I was even thinking, well, is there a way I can go and he give me that mind and pass it over to me? Because this guy was this man was very resourceful. And just like that, his life is gone and we have to move on with life. Then that's when actually it dawned me like life is actually beyond you. If you try to build life, let's say you have knowledge, you pass it over, then you see already that is already living beyond you. But if you become a selfish person, you just want to enrich yourself. Every day it's you, and me. Even then there is no meaning of life. Because life mostly I tend to think the moment you realize it's beyond you, and you see people like us, God has given us, has put us in positions that maybe most people will not be or cannot be.
Yeah.
But you can support people to even be or be closer to, because they always say there was always a good president.
Yes.
But the truth is that president one day will come and go. Another one will come, another one will come, another one will come,
And
another one will come. You see, it's a continuity of just people showing up. So even you as a person, as you exist, one day it has to be time for you to leave, another one to step in on that space. And then when you realize that, then you realize, okay, I just have to do what I have to do. If I'm supposed to wake up in the morning and build, let me wake up and build. If I'm supposed to wake up in the morning and support other people, let me do what I'm supposed to do. Yes, and also I think traveling around the world has really also shaped my way of looking at life, because I've been around billionaires, like real billionaires, American. Some of them my fans that even didn't want to be on camera. And you look at them, how they live their simple life. It's just so regular. And you realize, oh, bro, for example, me buying a car shouldn't make me feel like I've made it than that guy walking with on their feet. So yeah, I think that is what has really shaped me.
Good, huh?
Yeah.
And someone would ask, you know,
Yes.
you built this beautiful space.
Yes.
You would have, you know, you could have actually built this anywhere.
Yes.
Why build it right at the center of this village?
So this village has really shaped me. And it's a very good question you're asking me. As a traveler, you know, I go to other places, I really admire them.
Yeah.
One of the places maybe most young people want to live is the US. But you know me, when I went there, I looked at it, I realized this is not my type of life. And also I questioned a lot of things. I'm a person who likes to really see things through. I just don't get excited over things so much. I tend to think things so deep, but in a good way, that I don't overthink about even small things. This village has really inspired me to be the person I am today. And when sometimes I see presidents like the current president in the US abuse Africa and say, go back to your S countries, I always tell myself, let me go and actually build something in my village.
Yeah.
Because nothing much has been done there. Let me create. And if I create, somebody else sees, the kids growing here sees. You know, now everybody around me wants to build a villa. And for me, I feel good, not in a way that, you know, other people feel threatened that, oh, somebody else is buying a new car. Or no, me, I feel good because I'm like, oh, look, I've put on the candle so we can light for everybody around us. And if we do that, the entire Africa, because now we do social media, can rise up. Because there's no way that Africa will rise up without you being a very good example of what you really want us to be.
Yes.
Yes, that is one thing I always say. Like, be the example. Because if we don't develop this village, everybody goes to the city. And one day maybe Corona comes back and they close, you cannot even buy a vegetable. Who is actually more free there?
It is the ones who
Yes.
are back
Back at home.
at home.
You can pump your own water. You can have your own chicken run around. and all that.
Mm.
Yes.
Love it. I know I'm going to meet a lot of people that you've actually inspired.
Yes.
We'll definitely sit down with a few for
Yes.
a few interviews.
Yes.
But could
Yes.
you walk me through some of the challenges that you have faced
Yes.
just by building your life? You know, you would think, I come from this village,
Yes.
so I'm bringing, you know, I'm impacting life, you know,
Yeah.
I'm impacting the people in this
Yeah.
village.
Yeah.
You yourself, you hold the vision, but there are
Yeah.
some people who will not see
Yeah.
what you're trying to build here.
Yeah.
Could you walk me through some of the challenges that you've experienced
Yeah.
and how do you handle them?
So one thing I've come to learn with, especially us from Africa, we are very rough. And I use Africa because I've traveled Africa, and also I've traveled Europe, I've traveled Asia, I've traveled the Americans. I've come to realize we Africans, we are very rough. We love when people are very rough. Like, you do me, I do you. You know, we are more like that. And I came to realize that some people tend to respect you when you are rough. So when you are soft like Marwa, people tend to see you as a soft spot for people to land. So, like me, one of my challenges I've faced is some people think I don't deserve, because maybe I look so simple and I'm just walking, or I'm a very regular guy. You can come and I help you, I can give you a shout out, I can do that. Some people tend to think that I don't deserve what I'm building or what I am. But me, I keep telling myself, I'm not in this position because of my power. This was meant to be. And me, all I'm doing is I'm walking the path that God has
Designed for
designed for me. So I'm just here existing, flowing with whatever is coming. But in the flow, I have to be also conscious enough not to use the position I have to maybe undermine people, because I have a lot of people who even in the same village here abuse me and do chaos. Even when we are building, they close roads, they put a post in the center of a road.
Why?
So that maybe the tipper doesn't pass, it doesn't bring sand or ballast in our home. I can even show you one post here. There's one which is still on the road. We had to buy a new road. So, but you see, you have to be the bigger person, because you realize not everybody will understand you. You see, for example, what I've created now, if day one I brought someone here and told them I want to create something like this, they will think I'm crazy. But now that it exists, it's easy to convince someone that, you know,
you can do it.
I can do something. But before that, so you see me, I was able to see what people are saying today before it existed. But those people cannot now see what I'm trying to do. Maybe they will see it when maybe it's late, maybe when I'm gone, maybe another generation. Maybe somebody can say, oh, Mara brought this thing here. But those are the challenges I'm facing. I have serious hate on the internet. And some people try to accuse me for anything. They will see anything and try to accuse me.
Yes.
And sometimes I tell myself, should I go to court? And then I realize, you know, if I go to court, it's that time I would have put in my own career building, that I'm running to court, meeting lawyers and doing all this. And then sometimes I say, I have money. Should I buy villagers to deal with those other villagers? I say, no, I don't know.
Can I goon the situation?
Yes. Can I goon the situation? Then I tell myself, no, I don't want to have blood in my hands. My conscience will not be clean. So I leave it there. I say I leave it at that spot. But I've come to realize now, sometimes it's very tough because they keep grouping over. It's like a monster growing.
Yeah.
And anything I do, even like now, I was telling you, I was building a bridge.
Yes.
I have land on the other side, and I have land on this other side. This river has taken 3 of our cows before here. 2 months ago, the same is a small stream, but when it's raining, it becomes extreme. 2 months down the line, we buried a village on the other side of the tree, of those trees, because he was carried by water. So I told myself, let me not go and sit in a first-class seat going to Dubai to enjoy my money. Let me take that small money I have and build a bridge here, so that on the other side there's a kid called Moses who goes to school. He passes here, his dad works here, so that Moses can cross the bridge well. We have animals here, so that we don't lose any more other animals. Like now I have horses here which are very sensitive.
Yes.
And even it's just the other day that the government was here trying to check if they are suffering or not.
These horses are suffering?
So imagine they came here.
Come on, guys.
They
If
came
you
here.
see the horses here,
Yes.
what would they be suffering from?
Imagine.
A lot of food?
Imagine. And actually sometimes I feel unfairly targeted.
Yeah.
And most of this target is not coming from people from the top, let's say government officials, nothing.
Yes.
It's coming from people who tend to think I don't deserve. So these people call or write emails to people, maybe you want to work with me. They say, oh, don't go tomorrow, because just people who I tend to think they have very low energy. And sometimes when I do something, maybe triggers them or something, like now building a bridge.
Yes.
Because how will building a bridge honestly be a problem?
So what's wrong with the bridge exactly, according to them?
I don't know, actually. Even me, I'm really working so hard to understand. Because sometimes I tend to think that people are used to the very low life. You know, when people are suffering, holding each other to cross a bridge, you know, like, hey, help.
Vuka.
Yeah, VUCA. Yani, we are, like, for us, that is normal.
Yes.
So if something else comes out of that, let's say we are building a nice bridge, you can walk comfortably. And it's not even, it's not like something, even me, I'm shocked, you know. So those are some of the challenges. And you find that these people maybe try to call authorities, oh, Mara is building a bridge, go check, and things like that. And imagine now, what do they want me to do? You know, what do they want me to do? A kid is crossing here. What should I do, Jermaine?
Doesn't it affect you mentally?
You know, sometimes I feel like I should, if I had power, I should like move and go somewhere in the bush where there's nobody living and just put my home in the center there. Buy like 1,000 acres of land and just put my home in the center so that I don't have neighbors, I don't have nobody, I just be, you know. Sometimes I feel like that. But again, I've been to many white farmers, because I keep horses now, interact with a lot of white farmers in Kenya. I don't see them having conditions that maybe I'm being put on. You know, like me, they put a lot of conditions here. Do this, do this, do this. But if you go to those other white farmers, you don't see those. And they keep horses.
Here in the country?
Yes, here in the country. Because, you know, in these businesses,
yes,
this hosting is mostly dominated on the other side.
Yes.
So me coming into this, and for example, me, I looked for, maybe they're gonna hate me for this, but I looked for someone to sell me horses, and nobody would sell me here in Kenya. Nobody.
Wow.
Yeah, like elite horses, you know, like good horses.
Yes.
So I had to find a way to get them from South Africa.
All the way to Kenya.
So now I export. And because I did that, then you see, it was a problem that I couldn't get horses here. Elite horses. You know, there are these local horses you see carrying people.
Yeah.
Now, those are called ponies. Forget about those ones. Good horses, these standards that you're going to see here. Oh, nobody wanted to sell me horses. Nobody. Even they were asking me, why do you want to buy horses? Even when the officials came here, they asked me, why do you keep horses?
Why shouldn't I keep horses?
That was the question. But you know how I answered? I told them my wife is white. So maybe that can make them comfortable, you know. So such things sometimes really make me feel like I can just move and disappear, you know, and just be in the center of nowhere.
But then when you disappear, how will the 7-year-olds, the 8-year-olds, the 10-year-olds?
Exactly. That's why you see I'm still.
And I can tell you exactly what I think the problem is. Because what you are doing here, people might not get to understand how big it is. Because once you change the mindset of young people, once you have 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, knowing that if Marwa can do this, I can do this, you have already completely freed them from relying on people or even relying on politicians or relying on handouts. That is what you're doing.
Lynn, if I tell you, if today, even right now, I've not invited anybody, if I say anybody who has opened a YouTube channel here, I announce to come, even from Nairobi, from wherever, this home will be full.
I mean, I've met people here from Mombasa. Some people have traveled all the way from Mombasa to come and just learn and be inspired.
People come from the US, Lynn.
Can you imagine?
They come, and these days even I'm commercializing that. They come, I host them, they do vlogs here and live. Yes, they come all the way from the US to learn.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like don't give up.
No, I will not.
Like, don't even think about
Yeah, I
it,
will not.
because of course when you are doing God's work, the devil is also busy
That is true.
doing what he does best.
Yeah.
You know,
My
so
mom really prays for me.
oh, come
Yeah.
on. Mm-hmm.
Every day when she comes here, she prays for me.
Mm-hmm. And that's enough.
Yeah.
That is actually enough.
Yeah.
But talking about a home,
Yes.
and feel free not to answer this.
Yes.
I know you also built this because you really wanted to enjoy this with your family
Yes.
and your child.
Yes.
I know many people know what happened, so I don't
Yes.
want to get into it, but
Yeah.
if you want, that's okay.
Yeah.
But how does it feel now knowing maybe they are not here with you?
So the thing is, I can say the internet has made me, at the same time, it has both sides. I feel like if I was a private citizen, you know, like just doing my own things, my family will still be here. But you see me, I'm able to withstand. I'm able to withstand that pressure and hold on. But somebody else cannot. So one of the main reasons I can say is my family is broken because of the internet also. Because people come with different opinion, and you see this opinion sometimes, what happens is, let's say you're my very big fan. You say, Maro, I see you're building a bridge. I want to support you with one metal.
Yeah.
So in one way, we've communicated. So the next thing you'll start advising me. Oh, Maro, I think this metal, the way you put it, is not the best way. And so if you're in this internet space and you have, let's say, 10 of such people, just 10, telling you, oh, I think a relationship, I think this, I think this, it doesn't stand. It doesn't stand. So I was even thinking that in my next relationship, I will try my level best to make sure it's not on the internet.
It's
But
private.
yes, but the problem is I'm an internet guy also. Like that is how I make my living.
Yeah.
So I have to find a serious balance. Yes. But I just don't know how to describe the situation of my relationship, because there's nothing bad that happened. It's not like I cheated or something. But my ex wife told me, or girlfriend told me, she was not achieving her dreams being in the village. So she wanted to achieve her bigger dreams on the other side. But at the same time, I always say I want 10 kids, and people laugh. Because and people say, why do you want 10 kids? I tell them, no, look, I have a big house, at least kids can run around.
Yes.
I have a big compound, at least kids can move around. But the thing is, it's unfortunate that my family is not here. But I keep telling myself that one day they will show up. If it's not even the mother of my son one day will knock that gate. I want when he knocks, when he steps in, he says, I'm not going anywhere. Me, I'm staying. Because he will get, dad has prepared a nice space for him. He will find a nice swimming pool. He'll find horses. He'll find some land he can farm if he wants. If he wants to travel, he can go.
Yeah.
So that's what actually still even puts me on lane. Like, hey, keep building, because one day your son will show up. Yes. Yeah.
I know, really wanna be. I
Yes.
want to wind up on that part, but
Yes.
I know definitely your ex-wife might watch this. Not
Yes.
sure if she will, but she might watch this.
Yes.
Your son will watch this in a
Yes.
couple of years.
Yes, come.
What would you want them to know?
I just want them to know that, especially my son, dad loves him. Yeah, and the thing is, relationships are actually very difficult. Sometimes they look very rosy, and the next day they are very ugly. So you cannot judge me as a father without knowing my story or my side of story. And also, I don't want anybody to judge my wife. Let her be. Because maybe that's what destiny is about, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. But back to the village.
Yes.
We're about to take a tour and visit other people.
Yes.
This for me has been a dream. It's a dream come true. Just to visit. By the way, guys, you should just come here because we are how many minutes away from TZ?
3 minutes.
3 minutes from TZ.
Yeah, you can literally walk there.
Yeah. Do you walk there?
Yeah, you can pass here. There's actually, you see these trees you see on this side, other side. If you keep going that way, you go to Tanzania.
Mi uko nitafukuzwa mwanangu.
Hapana. Hapo naweza vuka tu kienyeji.
Huko mdomo yangu yozi niruhusu waitikie niingie huko.
It's right here.
It's right here. Yes.
But this border, it's very open.
Yeah.
In a way that since I was a kid, they can move to Migori with no problem.
Yes.
And for us, we can go to a town called Tarime.
With no problem.
Like we can cross.
Yes.
And even people here, we work, some people work in Kenya, some people work, there's no issues. Yes, at all.
At all,
yes.
at all.
Because, the funny thing is we are the same community, Kuria. Yes. And we're only separated by a border. So you'll find even some of my aunts are married right on the border. Because you cannot say no to.
Good.
Yes.
Yes, sir. But let's talk about the beautiful horses that we are seeing around.
Yes.
What's the goal?
Actually, our goal, most of my things are inspired by rejection. Most of my things. When people push you to a corner. So you feel, okay, you know what? I'll not deal with you. I'll just create. So like me, when I was buying horses and people said no, I told myself, I'll build and be the best breeder in East Africa. And as we speak, actually, right now, we have some of the best bloodlines in East Africa. And people are calling me from Uganda, from Dubai. They want to buy horses. And even in Kenya already, I've brought at least for some people horses already.
Yes.
And even they have made me meet even super tycoons. I'm like, oh, you're the boss of this? Oh, I didn't know it's you. Yeah, they say, Maro, we watch you on YouTube every day. So even me, so it has opened doors. But at the same time, I keep telling myself, maybe one day I will wake up and YouTube is closed.
Yes.
At least I can sit and ride my horse or breed my horse.
I know.
And I'll say, when YouTube was there, I was able to do A, B, C, D.
Yes.
Yes.
Using the money I got.
Money that I got from there.
I also sometimes sit and be like, saa kitu ikifungwa.
Exactly. So what will happen?
And it's a good call to creators because people have to plan ahead.
You should plan ahead.
People have to plan ahead.
Yes.
Because we are also having a lot of thought-provoking conversations in these platforms.
Yes.
And maybe this is something people outside, especially in the global north, they don't want us enlightening our fellow brothers and sisters. So, wanaweza enda nayo any day, any time.
And sometimes, even what happens is the moment you start growing is big and you speak out your mind, people start putting targets on your back in everything. So it's always you be prepared. You say, if this one fails today, I'll say, I can survive with this. Actually, it's good to mention that the entire home runs off the grid.
Yes.
So, and the reason to that is there's a time I brought electricity here. Yes, I didn't follow the right procedure, that is to apply and all this. So I said, no, let me put solar. So the entire home now runs under solar.
Yeah.
We have our own water, we have our own solar. And now we have Starlink here. I keep saying, I don't even when electricity has gone on the other side. And then we have generators just to do hard work, like welding and things like that. Yes.
I also love your pond. This whole stream right here.
Yes. That pond, actually, when we were building, this place was marshy. This was a swamp. Yes. Sometimes they call me Swamp King and they call them negative reactors.
Yeah.
But I always laugh with that because it inspires me a lot. I say, look, wow, from a swamp to this. So what if I get a dry land? I can even build better. So because this place was a swamp, that's why you see that water there. It's actually natural. We don't pump any water there. Nothing.
Okay.
Yes. So water when I was building, it used to flow here everywhere. So I said, how can I tap this water and use it as a positive way, not see it as a problem?
Yes.
And I saw that idea.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
That is all natural water.
Yes, that's all natural water.
Come on now. You know what else I love about your home? How you've preserved the trees.
I am a huge protector. The only trees I cut is this eucalyptus. I want to replace them, all of them. And most of them is I bought these lands with them already existing. But if you look in this compound, you can only find one eucalyptus tree at most.
Yeah.
The rest is local trees, and these trees are very good because when we grow old, maybe our kids will just be hearing there used to be a tree called this and this. And also these trees are very good to the environment. They attract birds. So even right now, the birds have moved Otherwise, we would not have been making this interview here. I have weaver birds here, at least maybe 2,000 of them. But because people are harvesting maize,
Yes.
they have moved to
Now-
get the last spots of maize. Then
And
they will
then
be
come,
back.
and then they come back
Yes.
home.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But they go like for 2-3 weeks, then come. Yes.
So everything off grid, solar.
Everything
what-
off grid. I
you-
always tell myself, if they cut me off today, me, I will sleep in my house, I will eat, I will do whatever. Yes.
Yeah.
And even I always tell myself, what if today I wake up with zero shillings? Will I survive? Yes, I will survive because I have solar. I have a kitchen garden. I have a farm that I'm farming. Like right now, we are harvesting maize.
Wow.
And we also have a farm that we are farming. We have at least close to 300 banana plants.
Wow.
So we harvest there. So I always tell myself, I have to be ready for that. And the more ready you are, the better, because you don't know the future, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How important is that for you, especially as an African, given the theme of our season? We are reclaiming our identity through the soil. How important are these resources to us as Africans?
Sometimes, actually, after traveling the world, I have come to a conclusion that the real heaven on earth, or the real Garden of Eden, is Africa. I've really come to that conclusion. Why? Look how we are sitting here like that, and the sun is just shining, and we don't even have jackets. In Poland, you'll not do that. You'll be freezing. You only have to wait for a certain time. Here, somebody can build a small house, a mud house, and have kids there. They don't care about heating the house or doing all this. No bills. Like God has given us natural light. Like, you know, it will be hot from 11 to 3:30, like every single day. But we don't know that. Why do I think that we don't know that? It's because God has given us too much. Now we don't feel the urgency of creating. You see, for example, think of Canada. Snow. It's snowing. Food has to move from one direction going to the other direction. So they have to make good roads, wide roads that can sustain periods of snow. But here we don't have snow, meaning we don't have to build.
Yes.
And even the other day, one time I was arguing with one environmentalist here in Kenya, that here in Kenya, a very big one, because I saw her all the time say climate change is our problem. But for us, I see lack of action
Is our problem.
is our problem. Because, for example, let's say it's flooding. Everybody's crying. Oh, floods, floods, floods. Then it stops to rain. Then again, there's a season of no rain. Then again, we start crying. Oh, in Turkana or I saw the other day, like elephants were dying in Savo. But you'd ask yourself, what will God give us for us to be okay? Because when He brings rain, we cry. When again,
sun, we
the
cry.
sun, we cry. We are confusing God. I was telling her, all we need to do is prepare. No, rains are coming because it's not something that we don't know. We know rains will come.
Yeah.
Let's create dams. All these waters that are running left, right, center, we direct them there. And when it's dry season, we pump water to wherever we want it to go. And look, we have Lake Victoria, for example, here. Every household, at least in East Africa, should have fresh water. But we cannot do that. We always say, oh, water rationing. Even God is confused where to replace us. And imagine if we were put in places with extreme weather like Russia. Sometimes it snows until the entire house is covered. You have to stay indoors for a few days. What would you have done? I feel like our climate has also contributed to our relaxing to be actually poor in terms of construction and all these things.
And
Because there's nothing that is pressuring our life like we are dying tomorrow. You know, like if I don't eat today, you see, when you have a fridge, you say, hey, if it's snowing, I have fish in my fridge. And we don't have that urgency. We know we can wake up. It's a good thing. But again, it makes us super relaxed, not to take action to do things.
Yes.
And also, we are used to hard life. And this is something really I want people to know. Like, heaven is here. Create that heaven and enjoy the softness of life. You know, as we know, vumbi, you know,
Hustling.
repeat. Anyway, that is the life we are used to. But this other new life that you can create, tunaweza tengeneza hata kalami tu, kakuje kwako. For us, that is wow.
Yes.
And if we don't fix that, we cannot be respected.
Yeah.
Yes, I always say, for a black man, in this case, both men and women, to be respected across the globe, is we have to build home, to be such a nice place that even those people look at us, they say, okay, come visit us. We become peers. Yeah. Like me these days, I do big businesses with Wazungus. And there's no, they are not different with us.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Heshima imeingia.
Nothing. And yeah, they know Maro exists. And they know Maro can do things. Even these days, even they use me to get them horses from South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It's because I put myself in that position.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to put yourself there, you'll only be as good as just down there all the time.
All the time.
Yes.
So one of your dreams is also to become the biggest horse breeder
in East Africa.
In East Africa.
Yes. Probably even in the entire world. Because right now as we speak, I have pages from even Europe, USA following me. I have my inspiration who is in Namibia. He's called Joseph Dreams Appaloosas. The owner of the farm, he has like 200 hectares of land with close to 400 horses. He follows me on my social media.
Wow.
That already shows you that they can see an impact
of
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yes, as small as I've started. Yeah.
But apart from that, you also run a tours and travel company.
Yes, I do have Maro Safaris.
Yes.
And the inspiration behind it was visitors used to come here from the US and all over. And it would be very expensive for them to hire these vehicles. So I told myself, let me solve that problem. You know, the best way to become rich is try to solve a problem. When you see a gap, you solve it, money will always flow through that gap. Yes.
How is that coming up?
No, it's going okay, but I've had challenges with the drivers. But I keep telling like right now I had to take a driver to school. Me, myself, I picked one from the village here. I told this driver, you're from the village. You, if my company goes down, even you'll do what? You'll go down. You'll not find other options out there. Let me take you to school, go study, and then from there, you run the company as the driver, because a company mostly is the driver. If the driver can't deliver guests in Masai Mara in the right way, then the company fails. Yes, but at the same time, also we are trying to see if we can do accommodation with our villa, because also is a big space. And also in future, I want to build on the other side, we want to do horse healing. You know, there's something called horse healing.
Horse healing.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that horses can take away your traumas.
Yes.
So you sleep and you'll try to see this on YouTube, but it's a very big opportunity actually, even to grow as a person financially.
Yeah. So horse healing, and definitely
there is horse healing.
Yeah.
And also breeding. You know, these horses are very expensive. Today I will show you one of my most expensive horses.
How much?
We have a horse here of 2.8 million.
Kai.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Moja.
Yes, one.
Inakuja na mimba. Like, is it?
Yeah.
Like it is gonna give you triplets.
And even today, if I announce I'm selling my horses today, they cannot finish here 5 days. They will be gone. Yeah. People are willing to buy them. Yes. And even me, I've been speaking to big people that I didn't know I would speak to. So you see, it has really opened doors that even me, I didn't expect. Yes.
What principles do you live by? I also find you to be very spiritual.
I believe that, number one, honesty. Honesty takes you far than ever. And number two, no shortcuts. Don't do shortcuts. But you know, we human beings, we like shortcuts because it's the easier way. Everybody wants the roses, cozy. But if number one is honesty, because if actually you love honesty, me is my number one principle. It's the one that has made me travel around the world without having any issues with any governments or things like that. Honesty. You have to first be honest with yourself before being honest to other people. And number two is just be you. Because sometimes being on social media, we want to prove a point, especially on our peers. Oh, you laughed at me, look at me now. Just be you, because what that will do, it will give you a calm moment to become whatever you want to be. But sometimes maybe you have some money, you want to buy iPhone this, you want to be in a big, yes. And then the last one is the one I was telling you. Life should always be beyond you. Yes, in a positive way. That does not mean you suffer because you cannot eat, you want other people to eat. No. It means you have to understand that, yes, you are blessed. Yes, you're this big. Yes, you're everything. But also that worker who is working for you, or that person sweeping, cleaning, also matters as good as you. Yes, it's just that the universe and everything, maybe because of your principles, things have worked out for you. But it does not mean that maybe somebody comes and you say, oh, I don't want to listen to you. And sometimes that is also a scare on my side, because also it tells me, Maro, you're mingling with people who have nothing to lose. So maybe these people can also be used to finish you. So also it's a balance of trying to know where people belong, at the same time you trying to be as kind as you can. Yes.
And God will protect you.
Yeah. Me, I always say, even if, let's say I die today, I have nothing to lose, because I've lived an honest life, and I have, like, that was meant to be, you know. Like right now, this moment we're having here, Lynn and your team, this was meant to be like that. Nothing else. Like they said, today, this time, it has to be like that. So you live it. You just flow with it.
You just flow with it.
Yes.
And I've also noticed you're very intentional with giving work opportunities to people around the village. I met so
I'm
many.
telling you, Lynn, it's because today I closed this home.
Yeah.
If you come here on a regular day, even I'm serving food here, breakfast, I give them breakfast and lunch. I always say anybody who comes to my home, I feed them. Because also I believe in not just financial, like,
empowerment.
Thank you, yes. I believe, like, if somebody says, hey, asante sana, nimeshukuru, nimeshiba, my road will always open. Yes.
Let me ask, because I know someone, you mentioned having been to JKUAT, but someone will be like, did you always want to be a YouTuber career-wise? What did you intend to do, and how is it helping you now, even in this journey that you've undertaken?
So in JKUAT, you know, I worked in a bank and they fired me. That's something, yes, I didn't, because I didn't bring numbers as a salesperson.
Yeah.
Lynn, I used to walk thicker in Nairobi until my shoes goes one side, you know. But you still have to smile to the customer and put on a tie.
Yeah.
That's even these days I keep dressed. I'm like, I just want to be free. And even like dressing nice, they say it's a good impression. But me, I've reached a point I tell myself, real freedom is when you wake up and you decide, as long as the clothes is clean, I can wear. Yes. So I worked in JKUAT. So I schooled actuarial science.
Yeah.
I graduated from JKUAT. I got a job as a salesperson in Chase Bank. I worked for 11 months and they fired me because I didn't bring numbers. And even one of the things that actually made me, like 2 days before I got fired, I'm a guy who likes to tell people stories. So this bank had an upstairs area where we used to have tea. You know, here is the banking area where customers come. So, but if you want to drink tea, you go upstairs. So there was a manager called Vitalis by that time. He came one day upstairs and said, Marwa, anytime I see you here, I know it's story, and everybody is listening to you. You know, I swear before God, I jokingly said, I am an entertainer.
Oh.
I jokingly said, after 2 days, they gave me a leave of 4 days. In my leave, I received a text message from my team leader. His name was Alois. He's from Meru. He said, we want you to return everything that belongs to the bank. You know, the first thing I did, I went to get my money from the bank before even they close it, because sometimes they can lock your account. So I went and picked all the money, and I slept like for 4 days without even waking up. Because initially, before that, in JKUAT, I used to sell ladies' shoes. I used to go to Gekomba with Kenya Mpya.
Yes. I
go to Gekomba, get ladies' shoes called cameras. I clean them, I put those things inside, I brush. 4 p.m. when we finished classes.
Camera.
Yes, I come and sell. You know, that's how I survived my entire university.
Yeah.
So when I got fired, I slept. And then, this is something now I always say, what will be, will be. The same week is when this friend of mine called Ken came with the idea of me going to Colombia.
Wow.
Then I shifted my entire energy to doing interviews, to selling things in my small room, to add money to go to Colombia with. But I've always been kind of a funny guy. I can actually be a funny guy, really funny. But the thing about me is, mimi si mtu nakasirika. I don't put things in my heart. Let's say we really go each other head on, and then you think me I have something in my heart. I don't. So that lightness of life has carried me through to be now even the person I am today. Me, somebody will say, like when I started YouTube, people used to tell me, the Americans, where are you from? I like your videos, but your accent is too difficult for me to know what you're saying. So, I'll just laugh and say, keep watching, I will improve, or keep watching, you'll end up loving my accent. Like, I'll just brush it off.
Oh, yes.
I've always brushed things off.
Si unipe yo nguvu, me I can catch feelings.
Yeah, me, I keep going.
Me sometimes, I can catch feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that has been my career. Then when I went to Colombia, I volunteered as an English teacher for 2 years.
Yeah.
Then March 2018, I officially now full-time started doing YouTube, because I was making at least $1,000 by that time.
Yes.
I told myself, hey, $1,000, if I go to my home, I am mega rich. So then, and then I, just like that, I've never looked back. I've never had any other job. It's just been YouTube. But now, something funny about my YouTube is I've built it in a way that my fans are like my family. One day, we had a very strong rains here in the village. It picked my entire solar panels, all of it.
Oi.
All of it. So I did a video the same moment and uploaded it. I asked for help. I woke up the following morning close to 500,000 shillings.
Wow. For new solar.
Yes, and I had to tell people, hey, stop sending more money, because my goal has been done, achieved. And the following morning, they were replaced. So I have a very strong audience. And sometimes people fight me, because also our audience really supports us.
Yes.
Like, let's say, like right now, the other day I was saying, we're going to celebrate the bridge on Sunday.
Yeah.
Today I woke up with over 100,000 Kenyan shillings, because somebody was saying, Marwa, you get a goat. Marwa, you get masoda. Marwa, get this. Marwa. So I have like a very supportive audience. So so tomorrow we have a goat.
We have a bash.
Yes.
But of course, as I'm going, as I was doing a tour, I noticed we have this specific house right here.
Yes. That is not demolished. This one of the chicken.
Yeah.
So before everything in this home, that house existed. Actually, this land I was gifted by my mom and my dad. This land this one that goes straight down.
Yes.
Then the rest I've been adding now.
Yeah.
So I built that as I love birds a lot. I told you I kept pigeons my entire life.
When you are young.
Yes, actually even my entire life, even in high school, because that's the only show where I used to make money. So I kept these pigeons here just to remind me of myself. But very soon I'll try to upgrade them. I have a new farm that I have somewhere.
Wow.
If you have time.
I have time.
Yes, we have a big farm of 4.1 acres, not so far away from here, like maybe 4 or 5 minutes away.
Yes.
I intend to move the birds there. But me, when I see those birds, when I feed them in the morning, I tell myself, God, look how far you've brought me. Yes, this was the only thing I knew. And today people come to my home asking for help. Yes.
Does that house remind you of beautiful beginnings?
A lot. But again, a lot of also my audience wants me to move on. They're like, Marwa, it's time to move from Egypt to Canaan. You don't have to look back.
Yeah.
So I tell myself, yes, I will do it. But again, now it's my birds that stay there, my pigeons. So one day I'll get off. I'll get it off. Yes. But it just reminds me that, other people also sleep in a house like this.
Yes.
Yes. You are not so special, and that actually keeps me more, balanced.
Balanced.
Yeah.
I don't want to let you go, but how
Yeah.
many horses do you want to have in total?
We plan to have at least 30 horses,
Yes.
at least. And now we are close to half of that.
Yeah.
But even nowadays, we don't ride our horses because most of them are pregnant. I mean, in fall.
Wow.
So my best season, if I will invite you again,
Yes.
could be maybe November, December, because we'll have beautiful falls. And the beauty of these horses, so the ones I'm keeping are called Appaloosas.
Yeah.
Maybe if I take you around, I'll tell you more about horses. It's not something that people think is, to keep a horse and a cow are totally different. Horses, for example, every morning we take temperatures. Every evening we take also temperatures. And anything above 38.5 is 38.6, that horse has a fever or something.
I think I have an idea. I'll
Yes.
do a very good episode on the horses so
Yes.
that you can walk us through the A to Z of
Yes.
horses for people
Yes.
who would
To
want to
venture.
learn more or venture
Even
more.
maybe we can discuss about pricing
Yes,
and all that,
good.
breeds.
What
and
they
all
are
that.
eating. I saw
Yes.
you have great hay.
Yes.
Actually, people are now harvesting.
Yes, we're harvesting here. We have at least minimum 8 acres
Yes,
that we are
of it.
harvesting.
Yeah, for my people that I
Yes.
know they are into agribusiness.
Yes,
Let
we
me bring that episode as a
Differently.
standalone
Yes.
for anyone that is interested in horses
Yes.
and the business part
Yes.
of it. I
Yes.
feel like that will be such a good value add.
Yeah, because
for-
we also have cows here.
Yeah.
We milk our own cows. Yeah,
And chicken.
or fish also.
Yes.
Like these koi fish are very expensive. You know, they sell them per inch. Yeah.
Hey,
Per
fish inauzwa per inch.
This koi fish.
Yeah.
Yes. Inch like 150 to 180 to 200. Depending on per inch. If it's long fin, short fin.
Good. We do that also,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So guys, I know you'll watch this today. So
Yes.
come back here tomorrow, same time,
Yes.
so that you can be able to learn more, especially the agri part of AM MARWA. I feel like that is going to be such an amazing episode for anyone that wants to take notes.
Yes.
But about to wind up on this specific episode, and thank you for being so amazing and so kind to share your story with us.
Thank you.
But I know there are people who have followed you, Marwa, for such a long time,
Yeah.
and they are still vouching for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I think the best part about being a creator is always seeing your day ones,
Yeah.
still being your day
Jan.
ones,
Yeah.
you know. So I know there are people who have really followed you for a long time, and they know you for who you are,
Yeah.
the real you, and they'll be watching this.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell them?
I just want to say thank you so much. Yeah. Actually, it's very deep for me because I see them like the person they have made. You know, like Lynn here in this community, we've taken at least, if not 50 plus kids to school. And I don't have an organization. I refuse to have an organization because I always think that people can say Maro is using these children to make money. So I refuse to have an organization. So what I do, if somebody comes to say they have a kid, I just do one video. And sure enough, we've taken at least 50. And what I do is I take the person who wants to sponsor the kid, I take the kid and the parent, and I take my manager, they go to the school. So the sponsor now deals with the school directly.
Beautiful.
On their own. Me, all I did is to do that bridge, the connection. And we've even some houses we built here in like 10 days, 19 days. We build another one here. If you want, I will take you there.
We are going.
Yes, you know. Yes. So my audience is one of the best solid audience that we have. And I don't have a lot of subscribers, I would say, in terms of maybe I should be at 1 million or 2 million or 3.
I kind of feel like you should have been at 3 million.
You know what happens is there's a lot of negative people on the internet that they know Maro uploads videos every day. So they know because of that, they can always find something to talk about out of that video. I have a feeling that they have really pulled my channel down.
Yes.
Yes, it's not like blaming others, but
I
you know,
also
if
feel
every single day people just, and even they have groups, they meet in a meetings, I'm told. Like I'll show you one of the emails here that somebody sent me from even the group itself, saying, Marwa, I have heard them discuss this, please be careful. You know, sometimes I wonder, what have I done wrong? I've not taken anybody's land. I've not stolen anybody's wife. For me, I know as an African man, that matters a lot if you take somebody's wife. But what I see is people who know they have potential to do whatever I do or whatever it's out there that they can do, but they refuse to do it. And that kind of pains them every day. You know, when you know you can wake up and do something, and you every day you sit there, you suppress that feeling, and then that feeling turns to anger, agony, and then you start thinking the other person who is doing it is like showing you on your face, look what you could have become, but you've refused to become. So then instead of somebody working on themselves, they take that now to push. And you know, even they have recruited my neighbors here. We used to be very good friends with my neighbors. I used to go there, support them. Now my neighbors are the people who wait for my mom to come out of the door and film her and say this. It's just beyond.
That is so wrong.
Yeah.
But when you see such fights coming at your doorstep, you know what you hold is very greater. And Marwa, there's one thing I don't want you to lose. I don't want you to lose the fact that what you are doing here is not just impacting the people here. It's impacting globally. People globally, especially in our continent.
Yes,
people are able to see we can have this in the village. We can have our own solar, water, grow our own crops, you know, grow our own herbs. That when not many of us will visit even the hospitals. You
actually, I have
doing,
herbs here. I will show you some of the herbs.
Unaona?
Yes, I have some herbs here.
Yeah.
Like right now, they were getting the sun, and even have made the seeds of the herbs.
There.
Yes.
You know, so don't lose sight.
No, I am not.
Of what you are doing. You are helping decolonize a lot of people's minds. Like you are really helping so many people in the continent see what we are capable of.
Even
so,
even I get people who left Africa, and they always write me. They say, Maro, your channel has kept me on my toes.
Yes.
When I come back home, I'm not going back.
Good.
I'll build my home. And even every day I keep pushing them, hey, build your home. Build your home. Because that's the only way we can be.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
I want to wind up. So we go to the horses episode.
Yes.
But for this specific episode, anything we've left out that you want to touch on?
Because you are such a huge influencer, let people subscribe to my
channel.
They
will subscribe.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Good. Yes. And I also appreciate this moment to sit with you. You are so busy.
Thank you.
I noticed that in the morning you were moving around, checking on the animals.
Yes.
Feel free to give a parting shot using that, and then I will wind up you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching AM MARWA with Lynn. This is an episode. A lot of you have been writing me on my inbox saying, Maro, when is Lynn coming? When is Lynn coming? I want to say thank you. Even me, I'm humbled to meet Lynn because I've seen her. Actually, I've seen you, Lynn, grow from Tuko to who you are. You know, social media people, we see each other, especially people who do YouTube.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you so much. And guys, I know some of Team Maro will come here. Please support our own sister, guys, as much as we can, or as much as you support me. I want to say thank you. And also, I want to wish everybody a lovely time and be blessed. Please follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Yes. It doesn't matter where you come from. Yes.
Follow your dreams, guys.
Follow your dreams.
No matter how scary they might look, follow. But I know this has been such a long-awaited episode.
Yes.
Man, I think our first interview with Marwa was to happen 4 or 5 years ago. But he was very busy globe-trotting, you know. But I'm happy that we finally had a moment to sit and have a conversation. And this is to everyone that is trying to reclaim our identity through the soil. You know, sometimes you might think these are just episodes that we are having, but there's an awakening in Africa about our resources. So when you watch this episode, I really want you to be inspired. Go out there. If you can get a piece of land and just start building your life, pole too. I hope I can also be able to bring you Ian's story. When I was sitting with him, he was like, Lynn, me, I got into content through Maya. I've been able to purchase my own farm. I have been able to build my own house. And a lot of creators that you are going to watch in the coming weeks from this village who have done absolutely amazing. I feel like the only reason sometimes Marwa is under attack is because people know what he's doing is of impact. impact. So I want you, as an LNN fan, please go to his YouTube channel, subscribe, and let him know that we really do appreciate what he's doing in this village. The link will be pinned on the comment section. Just type I Am Marwa's YouTube channel. You'll be able to find it there. And also, I know some of you are asking, Lynn, okay, so where do we get a piece of land to be able to start our reclaiming our identity through the soil journey? You know, we've had amazing partners here. Our farm in Nanyuki is doing amazing. You guys have been following, and I can't wait to keep you posted on everything that we are doing in that farm. And I honestly am not documenting that farm because I want to show you, we have a greenhouse, we have this and this. No, I'm doing that so that I can be able to inspire you to go back and take ownership of your resources. So if you're looking for land, especially in Nanyuki, you know Hekalu just launched their property there. They have an amazing piece of property in Nanyuki. Come, let us build a village together. And as always, I made sure that that property has water, it has a great fence, well demarcated roads, and also electricity kohapo. So if you are looking into owning a piece of land, call Hekalu for their Zion Gardens in Nanyuki. Come, let us build a village together, and I cannot wait to see what this life has to offer. I want to dedicate this episode to my sister Irene. When she heard I was coming to interview I Am Marwa, she was so excited, and I hope I made you proud. So Irene of Hekalu, this is for you, and I hope you have really enjoyed it. So thank you also to Ernest. Ernest was in our farm. We hosted Ernest a couple of months back. He was in our farm the other day, and also when he heard we are coming here, he said, Lynn, please, salimia I Am Marwa and tell him he's doing an amazing job. Other than that, shukran to my team. Thank you guys for coming and just helping us film. I always say, you see me in front of this camera, but there's a whole team behind these cameras that does an amazing job. So feel appreciated. And of course, to you, our audience, we really do appreciate you. So remember, I have promised you an episode on horses and anything else that he's doing matters agriculture. Tune in tomorrow so that you can be able to learn and relearn, because maybe horses are just something many of us have no knowledge of, and this is an opportunity for us to be able to learn. So catch you guys tomorrow as we continue bringing you content around this village so that you can be able to see the impact that one person can be able to have in a community. Sawa sawa. Bye.